What it do, y'all? I'm back again. This one is the Virginia Tech Bowl game review. Maryland Terrapins football. The end of the 2021 season has completely come to it. It's officially come to an end this year, guys, with the complete bowl beatdown of Virginia Tech. 54-10, a 44-point W, the largest bowl win in Maryland history. We set many records in this bowl game. Toledo finished with 26 touchdowns, which tied the school record for passing touchdowns in the season. He had the most passing yards in the season this year. And I think he was second in the number of 300 yards passing game in the season in the Maryland quarterback. This kid set a lot of records this year. I said it, our offense is very close to being big time. I'm talking about college football playoff type of offense. We are right there. We finished top 15 in passing yards, even though we lost Stevens basically on the 5th game of the year. And we were without Jason Jones and a couple of other good offensive players for most of the year. That's good omen coming into the next season, especially if guys like Jason Jones and the transfer we had from Marcus Fleming, all those guys can come back next year with Jacob Copeland from Florida coming in the transfer portal. Maryland offense has a chance to be legendary, all right? Not just the best offense in the Big Ten, probably one of the best offenses in the country, because we're going to return basically everybody back on the offensive line next year, especially if Jalen Duncan. We can convince Jalen Duncan, our left tackle, to come back. He's the only one I see in our O-line that could possibly leave and go in the NFL draft and get drafted in the top 4 rounds. He's that good, all right? And as good as he is now, I think if he come back next year, this kid can climb all the way to the first round pick, Jalen Duncan. You don't see guys like him, 6'6", over 300 or over 315 pounds, that can move as well as he does. Jalen Duncan is a great run blocker right now in college. He still can get better in the pass blocking department. He got so much better this year in that particular department, in the pass blocking, that if he develop take another step next year, this guy is a first round pick, because in his run blocking, he rarely misses run blocking assignment. If he has a chance to decapitate a corner or a safety in one of those swing, when they ask him to swing around the line of scrimmage, the guy is absolutely a pound. He pound linebackers, he pound corners and DBs to the dirt. So Jalen Duncan, to me, in running, he's elite. He's one of the best top 3 Big Ten run blockers in the country. I mean, forget Big Ten. He's one of the top 3 run blocking left tackles in the country. All right? He's really good run blocking. If you watch most of our runs this year with Tayon Fleet, who had a pretty good season running and catching the ball, it's because of him. They were running to the left side of our line. That left side was our juice line. That was the power line. That's when we need a big run, a key run, we went towards Jalen Duncan. It's been outstanding. He's through high school here in Maryland. Early on, he struggled like any young offensive lineman. The key, when you have an offensive line, no matter how good they fucking are coming out of high school, the key is don't start them early. If you can redshirt them that first year, do it. Because offensive line takes about 2-3 years, sometimes even the 3rd year before you start seeing a guy really start showing his potential. You can have a 5-star offensive tackle that don't start playing like a 5-star. Maybe he might start playing like a 2-star because of why? You need experience to play that position. Because why? Most defensive linemen have been playing football for a few years in the Big Ten. Meaning that when you come up there as a young offensive lineman, you're playing against guys who've been getting reps against all the Big Ten offensive line for 2-3 years. You're going to get destroyed. No matter how good you are, you have to be basically the most physical specimen for you to survive as a first-year starter on the offensive line. It's really hard. It's one of the hardest positions to teach a young guy. And usually you can be the best teacher of the offensive line position, but then you put a young guy out there, he won't show. That guy will make it look like you don't know nothing about football as a coach. Because why? They're going to struggle, all right? It ain't just a physical thing. It's really just knowing the game and guys putting together counter moves against you that you're not used to in high school. In high school, usually when you put your hand on a guy, you bigger than him, that guy don't even move, all right? He stop fighting. Unlike in college, you can think you got a guy, then the guy will hit you with a counter that you haven't seen in your career. And next you know, he's on baited to your quarterback, which happens a lot with young offensive linemen. People shock them with their counter, the amount of countering moves that they are at the P5 level. It's absolutely staggering. Most of these young offensive linemen and used to that kind of thing. When most of the time in high school, you could get a control a guy physically, those guys stop moving, they stop playing until the end of the snap. That don't happen in college football. No matter how big you are, chances are guys are trying to do everything they can to get an angle on you. Most offensive linemen don't get used to them until like the second, third year of starting. That's when you start seeing them dominate. When they just get an edge on you, they don't just let you recover. They dominate you. Jalen Duncan needs to start dominating. He still let guys find corners against him, but unlike before, he's getting beat a lot less with those counters. Now, what it takes is now when you get a guy on their back foot, you destroy him. That's what I want to see next year. He could easily learn that in the NFL. That's why I've always said there's been many Maryland players that became better pros than they were in college. Because why? In college football, niggas don't have time to be teaching you the same thing over and over. They'll just take you out and put another guy in there. Unlike when you go to the NFL, you're doing this shit for pay. So everything you began taught that you refuse to kick in during the game, you start realizing if everything they teach me in the practice field in the NFL, I don't take it to the game, they're gonna get me out of here. That's the difference. You don't just get benched, you're gonna get kicked out of town and you're gonna be out of the league in a few years. So opportunities don't come by often in the NFL. So most guys, when they go to the league, they hone in on those things they need to work on and they get better exponentially because why? Now you put in all that time on it, right? But back again to this Maryland bowl game, guys. 54-10, outstanding bowl game. But I see a lot of hate going on. This is the funny thing, bro. For some reason, I feel like the world don't want to see Maryland and win. When we win, people talk shit about us because why? We're happy. As if we shouldn't be happy because we lose before. Are you serious? I see Penn State fans all over our fucking Twitter account just trolling us because of their clown-ass coach. That's a stupid-ass interview. I don't know. Of course, that interview had to be set up by Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech can make it look like ESPN wanted the interview. That's a lie. For him, the new coach to be interviewed when Maryland has the ball, it's about the stupidest thing a fucking media team can do for a school. That was so fucking stupid. They basically were trying to outshine Maryland by having their coach have an interview while Maryland offense is on the field. It's all a recruiting mindset. Virginia Tech media tried to play a recruiting role in his interview, and it backfired majorly in Maryland's favor. Why? Because Toledo threw a 70-yard fucking bomb, as this nigga was talking about his defense, his future defense. We threw a 70-yard fucking bomb on their head. As he was rapping and grappling about his fucking defense he's about to have at Virginia Tech. A horrible look to a point where the interview ended abruptly because he has to. It was just shameful and ugly. It was literally, really, really one of the most awkward fucking interviews I've ever heard on TV. This guy is going on and on about what he's going to do, what he's going to bring to Virginia Tech. Boom, touchdown, Maryland. That interview should have never happened. The only way you have an interview like that with a new coach, you got to do when their team, the team he took over, has the ball. But the fact that they do it in Maryland, that was an attempt by Virginia Tech media team to set up that interview while when Maryland had the ball. So why? Instead of the camera being on the game, the camera will be on him talking. But luckily, ESPN was able to do a split screen. We didn't miss the play when Maryland scored a touchdown on their fucking head, like they deserve. But of course, a little bit known, Penn State fans are all over our fucking Twitter feed because why? We laughing at this nigga for that one specific moment in the game. Talking about, oh, you guys always score 14 points in 6 meetings against his defense at Penn State. Penn State fans are the most clueless idiots in the planet, guys. You all don't understand how idiotic these people are. But you know what? In a way, it's really sad, guys. I'm about to explain to you guys how sad Penn State fans are. Penn State has some of the saddest, pathetic fans on the planet. This is a team for 2 straight years. Penn State, 2 straight years. I mean, in the last 2 years, you know how many more wins Penn State has more than Maryland? Folks, it's less than 3 ball games. Penn State has less wins, about the same wins as Maryland. I think Maryland might have even more wins than this clown. Penn State has like 2 more wins than Maryland in the last 2 years. And they are 1-1 versus Maryland. 1-1, folks. 1-1. You will not know it by the way their fans are talking on Twitter. You would not know it, folks. You would not know Penn State has about 2 more wins than Maryland the last 2 years overall. All right? And they has about maybe what? They are 1-1 in the matchup with Maryland the last 2 years. You won't believe it. Because their fans are making talking in that prehistoric, those dinosaur fucking data they've been putting up when they used to beat us crazy with Joe Paul. But since Maryland coming in Big Ten, we've been 2-5 against Penn State. 2-5 against Penn State since we've been in the Big Ten. And out of those 5 wins, only 3 have been blowouts. Penn State has really been, we played them very close, including a 1-point game in Baltimore when we lost 31-30. Their fans don't think, bro. This is why I'm trying to tell you guys, people, the media narratives is important, but you guys cannot pay attention to that because we are not loved in the media. The media do not love talking about Maryland. They hate us. Everyone will try to make this look like this win was not big, guys. This win is massive. And there's no one know how to take a win like we had against Virginia Tech and quadruple it in quality in recruiting than Coach Locksley. Coach Locksley will find a way to make that win hit home with this DMV recruits. People don't understand. We don't care about what the national media is saying. We have a coach in mind that knows Maryland football, that knows the politics of Maryland football. You don't understand how big that is. The coaches that have won at Maryland, the coaches that understand this area, how fickle this area is. This area is very fickle, meaning that Maryland will always get hated on for anything or classless, da. We post a video that literally the joke set itself up. The Virginia Tech new coach, Pride, he was the joke. So Maryland was wrong for basically posting it. That's basically what I was getting from it, from Penn State fans and Virginia Tech fans. Oh, Virginia Tech is depleted. They've lost 16. Are you serious? Maryland was without about 9 starters in this game. We lost 2 linebackers to the portal. Don't forget our running back, Jacobs and Benny Boone. Nigga, what? Do I keep going? We also offensive linemen, a couple of defensive players. Basically, we have about 10 players that played snaps this year that weren't available because they either transfer or they're in the portal. No one mentioned that. They want to talk about Virginia Tech, 16 people they're missing on the 2 deep. But yet, Virginia Tech was favored in this game from up until last week. When this ball game was announced, Virginia Tech was favored by over 3 points. Up until last week, Maryland got favored by 3.5. The fact that this game was 3.5 points by Maryland tells you this motherfucker still think Maryland wasn't that good. And the fact that we beat them by 44 fucking points, that's why these sorry, pathetic bitches I'm hearing all over Virginia Tech and Penn State are coming out. You guys are some pathetic ass bitches, man. But I love it, man. I love it because what that really tells me, that's some insecure little dick syndromes, man. I'm seeing from Penn State and Virginia Tech. Penn State fans, they talk like they're the Michigan of the world. They're the Ohio State of the world. Even Michigan have been struggling until this year. Penn State talk like they're the Ohio State of the world. For the amount of talent you niggas have, you should be doing what Michigan did this year, Penn State. Y'all have more talent than Michigan. If we're really talking, Penn State has more talent than Michigan. What has Penn State done all these years? At least Michigan had a year like this year. When they box up finally, they break through. Penn State hasn't had no breakthrough. And they will never have a breakthrough under James Franklin. They will never do. And the fact that they re-signed this nigga to extension, that extension was solely so he can keep his recruiting base in Maryland. Solely. That was a recruiting extension. That cannot be about winning on the field. This guy hasn't done nothing since he had Trex McSorley and a generational running back who hasn't done shit in the NFL. Shit in the NFL. Because why? He does not know how to read gaps. Same problem. And you can get away with that shit in college when you can just ignore gaps and just do shit against Big Ten athletes. In the NFL, you got to run where the hole is at. Schemes, offensive lines, scheme up so they can give you one gap that you can take advantage of everyone to play, at least one gap. This kid missed that one gap every time when I watch him against the Giant. When I watch the Giant play, Saquon Barkley missed that one open gap every time. Seems like you always hit the gap that is not open. That's his running back that has terrible vision to me. That was his biggest compliment going to NFL, was his vision. Penn State, what do y'all have, bro? What do y'all have? I don't understand what is exactly this braggadocious attitude I'm seeing from Penn State fans, bro. You niggas supposed to beat Maryland. Yo, that's what you don't realize. You were supposed to beat Maryland 50 talent-wise. Penn State should beat Maryland like Michigan beat Maryland this year. That's what you're supposed to be. But the fact that the last 2 matchups have not gone like that. If not for Joanne Dawson going off on us this year, we beat Penn State back-to-back years. Their fans ain't talking about that because they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to. Penn State fans do not want to realize Maryland's on the come up. But we are. Oh, we are, bro. We are. Those of us who know recruiting in this area, those of us who know football, behind the scene recruiting, what really goes on, man, high school coaches know Maryland is on the rise in this area. That's all I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck what Maryland said, what Penn State said, or Shane, whatever the fuck he is, a Penn State, Virginia Tech kicker, or alumni. The guy's a fucking kicker. Fuck that bitch, sorry bitch of a nigga, Shane Graham. Who's Shane Graham? Huh? A fucking kicker, man. You guys most famous alumni is a kicker? Man, fuck that nigga. Huh? You know how many kickers Maryland have sent to the NFL? Come on, bro. At one point, we were literally known as a kicking school. The best kickers in the league were Maryland players. This guy can't tell me nothing. Who is Shane fucking Graham? You mad Maryland post a bad look for Virginia Tech? Why the fuck is your new coach out there, even on TV when Maryland has the ball? Huh? Why? Clearly, it was a setup by Virginia Tech media team. And you deserve to get clowned when Maryland throw a bomb while this nigga's rapping about his defense. So we clowned you, bitch ass niggas. I love the fact that Penn State fans always on Maryland's dick. Because that's that little dick syndrome I'm trying to tell you all niggas about. At Maryland beat these niggas this year, bro, I guarantee you, James Franklin will be fired this year. That's how much Penn State administration hate Maryland. Beating us is their Super Bowl. People don't realize that shit. Penn State fans can literally go 5-5 and beat Maryland to get to 6 wins like they did this year. And these niggas are thrilled. Watch them lose the ball game, folks. Penn State will lose that ball game and have a losing record at 6-7 to end the year. And then I can't wait. The excuse is going to come from the fan base. Oh, you play Virginia Tech. You play nobody. If Joanne Dawson did not go for almost 300 yards receiving against us this year, we beat Penn State 2 back-to-back years. People don't talk about that. But Locksley knows this. And Locksley is a good enough recruiter that he will break that down to when he goes into these high school coaches, these high school parents, these kids' homes, and break down the program. This is how recruiting is done, guys. Recruiting don't talk about the outcome. You talk about the inside the outcome. You tell this recruit, listen, Penn State beat us this year, yes. And they're bragging like they did something. But it was an 8-point game going into the fourth quarter. They scored 17 points in the fourth quarter to win by 12. They scored 17 points in the fourth quarter just to win by 12. Just think about that, kids. And that's a team that has way more talented than we are. We are way more talented. They are way more talented than we are. We beat them last year in their place. And a game that wasn't close. The score might say 35-16, but that game was like by a 40-point margin. We destroyed Penn State. After halftime, they weren't even competing last year in their place. What's the excuse next year when Maryland go in there and drop 50 burger on you niggas? Because Maryland offense is going to drop 50 burger on Penn State next year. What is their excuse? That's what I'm waiting for, Penn State. What is going to be your excuse then? I don't know. Bro, y'all don't understand, bro, how us die-hard Maryland fans look at this. Maybe the negativity that has come from social media, it might affect the weak-minded recruit in this area, whatever bullshit, fan base. But I tell you what, those of us who know Maryland, those of us who are die-hard Locksley dudes, who wanted Locks to take this job, because he was the only man that actually wanted this fucking job, that wanted this trouble, that wanted this corruption, because Maryland program is a corruption program. The fans don't work together. Our administrators seems like don't even work together. Like if everybody pulled the same rope at Maryland football, we would be a powerhouse. Period. That's the same thing Lefty Drizel used when he came to Maryland back in the day. It was like if everybody pulled the same rope at Maryland basketball would be powerhouse. And that's exactly what happened back then. Until, of course, then Bias passed away and they used him as a scapegoat. Same thing what Fridgen did when he came in. He made everybody pull the same rope. And Maryland football became what? One of the better programs in the ACC. Quick under Locksley, under Ralph Fridgen. Locksley was there in that time. He saw it firsthand. The only way this thing in Maryland can get moving and move with the force and power we need to go get W's out there against any and whoever, everyone at Maryland has to pull the same rope. The athletic director, the school president, the coaches, everybody, including the fans, we all got to be on the same rope. We all got to be thinking about what can we do to make this program keep going up. Locksley understand it. He ain't going to fall for this bullshit, cloud chasing bullshit. Locksley understand the mission. The mission is not to make Maryland one-hit wonder, guys. The mission is to keep recruiting, keep stocking talent, keep the kids home, and eventually the home talent will get us to the promised land. Because believe me, I've been saying it for a long time. It's good to get kids from Florida. It's good to get kids from any other region. But the best football players in America are from the fucking DMV, man. I'm going to keep saying that shit, man. I'm going to keep saying that shit. The best football players in the country are from the DMV, especially in the skills positions. You got to get the DMV receivers, corners, and safeties and linebackers. They're in the DMV. If we want to win something, we have to keep the DMV home. Like, niggas got to understand that. A lot of fans I'm seeing on Twitter do not understand this simple concept, bro. It is not that hard. Maryland want to win. We have to keep the DMV kids home. Fuck the Florida kids. That's nice and all. That's a good shot on your ass when you need it. Florida kids. They're nice, strong, speed. It's good. But most of these motherfuckers don't know football. Most Florida kids have mental IQ issues. They don't know how to read the game. They have all the athletic gifts in the world. But they make too much boneheaded mistakes, man. Brandon Jennings, our linebackers this year, they killed us. All were Florida kids. Our linebackers started playing better when we put McCullough in there, a Baltimore kid, a senior. That's what Maryland needs to start realizing, bro. Penny Boone left, our big running back. But then we have what's his name? The big kid from St. John's. Got to carry and score in the ball game. That kid is better than Penny Boone. Stop looking outside the DMV for studs, Maryland. Get the kids from the DMV and feed them the ball. We will rise, man. We will fucking rise. This area has demons, man. The kids in this area are competitive, dog. And they know the game. They know the fucking game, bro. Maryland kids know the game. A lot of these Florida kids, look at it, if Florida kids are all there, why is Florida and Florida State and all these Florida schools are some shit now? Because the talent in Florida has been overrated for years, bro. Those kids don't know the game. They're always going to be highly ranked. Because why? They're athletically gifted. Athletically wise, they are fucking gifted, man. Most of the Florida kids are. It's perfect weather to play football all year long. So they're going to be athletically gifted. But I'm trying to tell you guys, those niggas don't know the game. They don't know how to read concept. They don't know how to read offensive game plan. They don't know how to read schemes. They don't know how to read gaps. They don't know how to read O-line. They don't know how to read nothing, man. Those kids are horrible, man. Most Florida kids take them 3-4 years just to shine. Give me the DMV kid that's a little bit less under-recruited and watch that kid perform better. Because he's going to know the game. He's going to be at the right spot and he won't miss tackles. Because he's trying to go for kill shots every play. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. Locksley gets it. Locksley get what I'm talking about. This is the difference between us, Locksley, and the previous coaches we've had who basically never really realized the gems and the diamonds in the fucking DMV, man. Our kids in DMV might not be all 4 stars. A 2-star in the DMV is like a high 3-star in fucking Florida. They're going to have the same abilities. Because why? The DMV kid might lack, when he might lack athletically, he will lack by knowing the game, and you will see him in the right spot a lot more than the Florida kid. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, get the DMV, Maryland. I want to see all our safeties, all our skill positions to be DMV guys. And then the big man, then go down south. Go up north. Go to freaking Wisconsin. Get me offensive linemen. Go to Ohio. Get me defensive linemen. Michigan, defensive linemen. Those are the way the good defensive linemen come from. Offensive linemen, give me Wisconsin. Fucking New Jersey is another good place for offensive line recruit. Pennsylvania. Go in those areas. Get me the big man, ugly mollies up front. But you want skill position, Maryland? Virginia, Maryland, D.C. That's what we need to be. That's what we need to plant our Sanjak. Our flag. We need to plant our fucking flag right there. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. Locksley gets it. He will not sway from the mission. All these other coaches, they've all swayed from the mission at some point. You gotta hammer the DMV, man. We wanna rise, hammer the DMV. We got to hammer it. So much so that once we hammer it enough, I guarantee you, bro, when we pick up steam in this area, we won't lose any big time recruit from this area. We will not. We'll go to Virginia and get any of their big recruits instead of going to North Carolina where they ain't getting developed. You got VA kids going to North Carolina in streams. For what? They ain't even getting developed out there. Those niggas are going in there as 4-stars, leaving nobodies. Come on, man. Maryland, Locksley, go in there, Virginia, and give me those receivers, man. Give me those skill players that keep going to North Carolina. Go give me those guys. Dre Bly, North Carolina is a killer, man. That fucking dude that North Carolina has been killing Virginia. He's been raping Virginia. But he a VA dude, so I understand that. That's why we went and got Coach Zorn, our receivers coach from Virginia, bitch. He's supposed to counter Dre Bly impact in Virginia. And this year, he paid off because he went and got us Ramon Brown, the #1 back in Virginia. Next cycle, go give me the #1 fucking skill player in Virginia. Next cycle. Mr. Zorn, that's why you in here. Yeah, Locksley knows this shit, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, Lox gets it, man. You ain't gonna compete out here. You gotta go bring dudes from that area that matter. Coach Zorn is the #1 Virginia Beach area recruiter out there. All those young kids in Virginia Beach, those youth football players, they love Coach Zorn. He put all those kids at Virginia Tech, at North Carolina, all those other programs. He sent kids to all over there. And now we got him in Maryland. Look what he did in first year at Maryland. He got us from Ramon Brown. He is the lead recruiter for Ramon Brown. Not Elijah Brooks. Elijah Brooks was the backup recruiter. The main recruiter for Ramon Brown was Coach Zorn, our receiver coach. And that guy is going to be paying fruitful. He's going to be a fruitful hire for us in the near future. Because Virginia Beach area, T-Water areas, man, it's fucking loaded with talent, man. The Hampton Roads, it's loaded with fucking talent. And that's where Coach Zorn come in. He knows that area. Most of those young bulls are going to be seniors in 3-4 years. He been coaching from the time they were youngins. Trying to tell you guys, man. Shit like that matter, man. Locksley know this shit, man. I love the way our defense look. I got to get back to the game. I love the way our defense look against Virginia Tech. Everything I said we needed to do all year long, we finally did it. Hopefully this is Locksley. This was the beginning of next year. Man, if it is, man, I'm fucking excited, man. I'm fucking horny. I'm fucking horny, bro. If this is what the beginning of football next year, Maryland football going to look like next year, with the defense coming out focused, hitting. Man, that's what I love about anything in that game. We were smacking Virginia Tech. We let these niggas know we're a Big Ten football team. You soft-ass ACC JV team. We look bigger, stronger, more manly out there. You want to see people that were talking why Maryland in the Big Ten? That's the physical representation why Maryland became a Big Ten member, not left the ACC. Maryland in the ACC this year will be an ACC championship game. We are better than Pitt. We are better than Wake Forest. All those sorry motherfucking teams that play in the ACC championship. We would have beat both of those teams by at least 21. Come on, bro. Big Ten football is well retired, man. Maryland succeed in the Big Ten. We can succeed anywhere. You can succeed in the ACC and go do nothing in all the conferences. But if Maryland can win the Big Ten, Maryland can win anywhere. That's why we here, baby. Us real Terps die hard. That's what we want to see. More challenge, nigga. More challenge, nigga. Next year, we'll stump this bitch-ass niggas in locally. Next year, let's start taking it to everybody's neck. So I tell you guys, man, I'm so happy for this fucking roster, man. That win was massive. Finished the season. Locksley got his first bowl win, his first winning season, his first 7-win season. Man, can I keep going? Man, next year's going to have another winning season. Next year, you know, what people are going to stop talking about his records in previous years, where literally he had no chance. New Mexico, Lox had no chance. That was the worst job in the country. He should have never took it because he was the hottest assistant in the country coming out of Illinois. After they took him to the Rose Bowl. He should have never took that fucking job. He was in such a rush, being young and being a hot commodity as an assistant, made Lox took that New Mexico job. He should have never took that fucking job. And once he took the job, he realized how much of a mistake he made immediately. Because why? Many of his friends refused to even come help him. He refused to take position coordinating jobs at New Mexico. I'm talking about guys that he knew and Illinois and other stops in Florida and all those other stops refused to come along with him. So he had to settle for members on his staff, dudes that he never liked. I'm talking about dudes he never really knew personally. That's why he had so many personal issues in New Mexico. Because why? Many of those coaches were sabotaging him. Y'all don't know the fucking true story, man. Why Locksley became what he is. Many coaches he had in New Mexico were sabotaging him because why? They were not his first or third, fourth, fifth, sixth choices. Most of these guys were settled upon because why? He needed to fill a staff. As a first-year coach, he struggled doing that. He rushed it. That's why when you saw what happened this time when he got the Maryland job, he took his time hiring his fucking staff. Locks didn't rush nothing. I think Locks didn't finish hiring his staff until like June of his first year. He took his fucking time. He learned that if I'm going to do this shit this time, I got to do it my way. No rushing, no eagerness to prove to nobody, my way. And I got to do it at Maryland, where I know the area, I know the recruiting turf, I know the school, I trust the program, and I know if the program could trust and believe in me, we can ride. That's why he's at Maryland. That's why we Maryland fans will die hard for him. Because we know the situation at New Mexico. I know the situation. The man had no chance. There's nothing worse than being a first-year coach with a coaching staff that sabotages you. You ain't going to win. Especially at a place like New Mexico that was literally the worst job in college football. That need a lot of rebuilding to do. For you to rebuild any program, you need a staff that really loves you and trusts you, that work together. Lock staff was sabotaging him. Okay? That's why he had a dispute with the assistant coach. He found out one of the assistant coaches would literally sabotage him to a recruit that he was trying to land. And when Lux got hold of that, he went at this nigga in practice. Very mature thing to do. But he was a first-year coach. Very inexperienced. He learned. Nowadays, Lux you don't even see Lux fuss about anything. You don't like you, Lux will send you away. There's no bitching, no cursing, nothing. It doesn't work out fine. Everybody go their separate ways. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, this Locks guy is the savior of Maryland football, Maryland fans. We all need to get behind this rope and pull this shit. Whatever Locks said for us to do, as fans, as alums, we all got to fucking do it, man. It's time, man. This is as close as Maryland football has ever been to being big time. A few things go our way, this is a 10-win football team next year. And that fucking happened, man. If that fucking happened, Maryland has arrived. Because we ain't going nowhere if we can get 10 wins. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to clean the DMV. We're going to clean this area of all the best players. I'm trying to tell you, if Locks can win 10 games next year, we will wipe the fucking floor in the DMV, man. This guy is doing this, barely winning many games. If we can win 10 games next year, actually put that picture up on recruiting instead of all this negativity that's going on with Locks record, coaching record, previous record. If we can put a 10-win season next year, man, Locks will make sure nobody focus on his past. Only that. That's why this year matters. It changed the narrative. There's no more Locks has never been to a ball game, never win a ball game. It changes the narrative. Now they're still going to talk about his coaching record, but Locks going to come back with, we win 7 games last year. Missing our best player after the 5th game of the year. We finished with the top 15 offense, not having 3-4 impactful offensive players, including our best receiver. Those things matter. That's how recruiting is done. It's done by changing narratives, guys. The best recruiters know how to change narratives. Locks know there's a narrative out there about him. But you think this man still hasn't been able to recruit? You think this man has been able to recruit at the level he has because he doesn't know how to change narratives? No. Lux had to be a brilliant man at changing narratives. I know what they're saying, but did you know I brought Percival Heaven to Florida? Did you know I was the Percival Heaven lead recruiter? Oh, did you know I was Stephon Diggs lead recruiter at Maryland? Oh, did you know I was Trayvon Diggs lead recruiter at Bama? Huh? Did you know that? Oh, let me tell you about the guys that I didn't get that ended up still transferring to wherever I'm at. Because why? I treat them that well doing recruiting. That's the type of recruiting relationship and changing narrative shit that parents gravitate to. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm flawed, but look what I've done since. That matters, guys. I'm trying to tell you guys. Locksley is a brilliant guy for the job. I'm excited. And another thing I want to mention is Johnny Jordan. All those ex-Terps, man. Guys, Maryland fans, I got to make this very fucking clear. It's because of guys like Johnny Jordan leaving Maryland football is why we're going to keep rising. The less Johnny Jordans we have on Maryland football, the better Maryland football we got. Our trajectory is like this with niggas like him. Without niggas like him, Maryland football is like this trajectory. We projected to go straight up, my man. Our rise will be straight up. Not curvy, not slanting, none of that shit because of this fucked up character ass niggas, man. Johnny Jordan is one of those kids. Rest in peace, Jordan McNair. Johnny Jordan should have transferred right after Jordan McNair died. He should have transferred because he's one of those kids that hold that grudge against the school. I can tell he did. He did. And Locksley tell too. That's why I'm sure that staff played a role in him leaving. And I see his sister or his mom or whatever the fuck it is, some bitch with his last name, going on Twitter talking about, oh, Virginia Tech, because he tweeted that he had no regret. Virginia Tech Hokies as our family to him. Jordan tweeted this. Something similar to that shit. And then somebody quotes with him. I don't know if his sister or his mother, but some bitch named Jordan, fucking whore, talking about, oh, Virginia Tech has treated him way better than anywhere else he's been. The motherfucker's only been in one place. So clearly she's taking a shot at Maryland. And if that's the case, bitch, let me come at you now, bitch. You stupid whore. You slut. You dumb bitch of a bitch. You stupid motherfucker. You and your Jordan family. Fuck you, sellout. Bitch ass niggas. How does that dick taste, bitch? Huh? You transferred to Virginia Tech. And your ass became a backup there, you dumb bitch. This nigga didn't even start all fucking year. This stupid bitch of a man. When it shows you the bumps we were having play at Maryland. This bump started all the year at Maryland. He couldn't even go on the field at Virginia Tech. A team we pounded by 44 points. This bitch ass, sorry bitch of a man. You want to make excuses that Maryland wasn't good to you? Nigga, fuck you and Johnny Jordan. It's bitch niggas like you, Johnny Jordan. You and your fucking sorry ass family. That's why Maryland has a negative repetition out here. You bitch motherfucker. Take you and your sorry bitch named sister. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Huh? Talking about, man, what do Maryland do to Johnny Jordan, huh? We made this nigga a starter every year since he is at Maryland. Clearly, he wasn't good enough. Thank God he left the fucking program. The less Johnny Jordans we have in Maryland football, the better we're going to be, man. I'm trying to tell you guys. The less Brandon Jennings we have in Maryland football, the better Maryland football will be. The less Osiris Smith we have in Maryland football, the better Maryland football will be. Any motherfucker that think he's too good for Maryland, get him the fuck out of Maryland. That's how it is. Any motherfucker that think he's too good for us, get them the fuck out of town. It's personal, guys. It's personal. John family wanted to make it personal. Now it's personal. This is sorry bitch of a man. You want to take a shot at Maryland, nigga? Nigga, we just embarrassed your sorry ass. And you got a penalty when your team was basically going in to score late in the game, a nothing touchdown. And you sent them way back. You end up playing because you're a dumbass. It's niggas like Johnny Jordan leaving the program while we're going to keep rising, man. The less Johnny Jordans we recruit, we have in the future, the better. Don't get the guys home that are all about me. Get these bums out of Maryland. Because those niggas, I guarantee you, they can only do that shit at Maryland. When they go somewhere else, they be on the bench. No one accept that shit. Johnny Jordan was a nobody that think he was an everybody. And now he went transfer to Virginia Tech only to realize, oh shit, I'm a nobody. Like all Maryland fans were saying. Maryland made you, bitch. Don't forget that. Tell your slow sister to shut the fuck up, bitch. Before we really come at her neck on Twitter. I be holding my mouth. But this bitch keep talking on Twitter, man. I'm really good at this hoe. Your brother was loved and cared for at Maryland. We made him a starter all fucking time he is at Maryland. When Clay didn't deserve it. Because we were better this year without his sorry ass. I actually used to thought our coaching staff couldn't coach. But the whole time now I realize we just had a bunch of sorry ass clowns last year in our O-line. Get this bumps out of town. The less Jordan Jordans we have going forward, the better Maryland football will be. All right? Outstanding season Maryland football, 7-6. Fuck the Virginia Tech faithful. Fuck the Penn State bitch-ass crybabies. This nigga's literally for a Penn State program. You would think they would have a breakthrough once in a while with the talent they have. Give us Penn State talent. Give us the talent on Penn State roster right now. Maryland will win 12 games every fucking year. This Penn State team wastes talent yearly. And yet they always talk shit because why? They beat Maryland. I tell you, man, Maryland is their Super Bowl. If Penn State beat Maryland, Penn State is happy. They are happy. But we are nowhere in the same level as them. That's why I don't understand. Why did their fans so obsessed, bro? You guys are way better football program. You're way better history than us. But yeah, beating us matters so much to you guys. Oh, Pastor, you guys are so pathetic. 1-1 against Maryland the last 2 years. And if it wasn't for Joanne Dawson going all hero ball on us, we would have been 2-0 against Penn State the last 2 matchups. And they would have been without a ball game this year. I would beat them. Guys, I'm trying to tell you guys, Penn State don't realize how close they are to being behind our foot. We're going to be stomping these bitch niggas like a gum underneath our feet. Soon. They're right there. We are right there on these niggas. You wait till we climb over these niggas, and then we start beating them every year. Then their fans will shut the fuck up. And then I'll be on Twitter talking my shit. Like they are. But man, we're going to hold our home. We're going to keep we're going to toot our tooth for a while. But I guarantee you, bro, that time will come when Penn State going to realize Maryland has went past us. And that time could happen as soon as next year when we go in there and drop a 50 burger on their asses at their place. I don't expect us to beat Penn State next year. I expect us to blow them the fuck out. All right? So, guys, hold it down. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, Maryland fans, keep to this staff. Keep supporting this staff. Keep believing in this staff. Believe in Locksley. Believe in this vision. Like I told you guys from the fucking beginning, bro. This guy is the right man for the job. But it's going to take everyone at Maryland pulling the same rope. Everyone. Fans, everybody got to support this man. Because believe me, we are starting to build something. And Lux knows it. I know it. Y'all should too. Go motherfucking Maryland, man. And no one motherfucking else, dog. No one else, motherfucker.